Alrighty, guys, now I know your boy has been on a bit of a hiatus, trust me. I am going to try to get back into the rhythm. I just need to find that new rhythm because work and school, they're not mixing all together well, and then you throw videos into it, and it's just like, it's a disaster. Alright, so anyways, we're going to be looking at the new information that came out for Super Saiyan Goku. Of course, his EZA, we're going to go over him, as well as the EZA for Jason Birder, and then the new Krillin and Vegeta card that also has an exchange active skill into Vegeta, and then the awakening for Zarbon and Dodoria. And I was actually just waiting for the translations from Goresh, because again, I cannot read Japanese, and I was going to use this website if Goresh didn't pull through. But again, this website, like, they take everything very literally. So again, as you guys can tell, just based off of the wording, like, it's not the same as, say, like, the way Goresh does it. Alright, so first up, we're going to talk about EZA Jace. So he raises defense for one turn, which is, again, really, really good. And he also raises allies' attack and defense by 20% for one turn. So again, that's a very, very powerful ability. And this is an ability that you would want to make him be like the turn 1 unit, or like run him in turn 1, because again, he'll be raising his defense not only on 30% on super, but also by 20% from the ability that he has, or the ability that he has. From his passive, he gets 90% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets 20% attack and defense per attack performed, max of 60%. So after 3 attacks, he's going to be at 150% attack and defense. He also gives extreme class allies 3 key and 30% attack. Again, the support type ability of 3 key is already good enough. He foresees enemy super attacks, which is again really, really good. He gives Ginyu Force category allies 40% defense if there's another Ginyu Force category ally on the team. Again, Jace is going to be very good. Honestly, he's probably the must-run unit because again, he's giving defense, key, attack, foreseeing enemy super attacks, raising allies' attack and defense by 20%. This Jace is really, really good, just like right off the bat. Alright, next up is Birder. So Birder is a defensive stacker. So again, either way, this guy's going to age really, really well. So he raises defense and raises attack for one turn and causes supreme damage. So again, this alone is going to make him very, very valuable. He gets 100% attack and defense at the start of turn, 20% attack and defense per key sphere obtained, and then he has a 50% chance of avoiding enemy super attack as well as regular attacks as the first attacker in the turn. So again, you're probably going to want to run this guy in turn 1. In the first slot. He has a 30% chance to perform an additional super as the second or third attacker in the turn, and then he gains an additional 20% chance to evade if there's another Ginyu Force category ally on the team. So if you run this guy slot 1 with another Ginyu Force ally on the team, he technically has a 70% chance, you could call it, to dodge. So again, that's actually a really, really powerful ability right here. That's super, super good. So yeah, Birder, very, very good. I do think Jace is better just because of the support that he's giving with Ki and all that, but again, this Birder's going to be really, really good for long events. Alright, so Krillin and Vegeta. Oh, by the way, let me quickly pull them up. Okay, we're going to take the animation, take a look at the animations in just a moment. Alright, so again, this is the SSR for Krillin. Again, this is the guy that you farm up. It Dokkan awakens into Krillin and Vegeta, and then active skill exchange into just Vegeta. So that's that unit right there. Passive, I think it's in this form right here. It's 60% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gains an additional 30% attack and defense when performing a super. He has a 30% chance to evade, and he gains an additional 30% attack and defense per attack evaded, max of 60% attack and defense. So he just needs to dodge twice and he gets his full passive. So if we see this guy at his full power, he's going to have 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. And then his stats are not the best. So again, he's probably going to EZA. So this Krillin and Vegeta is going to be an okay unit. They're not going to be ridiculously powerful, but I think they're going to be okay. Okay, so then Vegeta comes out once you do the active skill exchange, but they need to evade 4 attacks. So that might be a little bit difficult if you're not lucky with the 30% chance of evasion that they have. Alright, so he recovers 20% HP, which is nice. He raises attack and causes supreme damage. So again, the Krillin and Vegeta just cause supreme damage, so this very clearly is gonna get an easy I would assume in part 3, kind of like what they do in the anniversary. So he gets 100% attack and defense at the start of turn, and he gains an additional 50% attack and defense when launching a super attack. Alright, so Vegeta's actually pretty good. I think if this unit gets an easy A, I think Vegeta's going to be pretty solid. Because if they just buff this by like 2,000, that's 8,701. Yeah, I mean, even if this unit easy A's, it's still going to be pretty bad. Again, their stats are pretty low. But again, that is to be expected from a free-to-play unit. Alright, next up is Bardock. Let me quickly pull him up here. We have the new Global vs. JP campaign. The winner, I believe, gets... Wait, no. I actually forgot, but I think the loser gets Bardock, and the winner gets Frieza. I think. Or actually, I think it might be the other way around. I think Frieza is for the loser, and then the winner is for Bardock. Because I remember Goresh saying something about, I wish, or like, I hope that we lose this time. So I do think Frieza's for the loser, and then Bardock is for the winner. Again, that's just going off of something that Goresh tweeted out. Or, wait, Goresh tweeted out. Alright, so Bardock raises attack and defense by 35% for one turn, so that's actually pretty good. It's essentially just a 30% raise, but with an extra 5% in between. He gets 35% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets another 35% when attacking. He gains another 35% if there's an extreme class enemy, so again, this is going to be pretty easy to get. Another 35% when performing a super attack. He gets another 3 key and 35% and performs a guaranteed additional attack that has a 30% chance of becoming a super attack if there's one enemy, and another 5 key and 35% attack and defense, and performs 2 additional attacks that each have a 30% chance of being a super if there are 2 or more enemies. So after that long ass essay of a passive, this Bardock is going to be, again, very good. That's pretty much all I can say about him. Stats, again, we'll see what they are when he's like, you know, not easy, but just fully rainbowed. But again, just based off of this long ass passive, this Bardock is going to be, again, very good. Because again, this is essentially going to be guaranteed. This as well when he's performing a super. And then again, this part of his passive is just really dependent on whether or not you're fighting 1 or 2 enemies. But again, this Bardock is very good, because again, you also factor in the fact that he's raising it by 35% for one turn. So yeah, this Bardock's very good. Very long passive, like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have Frieza now, who of course is for the loser. And he also raises attack and defense by 35% for one turn. His passive is a lot shorter, thank God. He gets 35% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets another 35% attack and defense when attacking. Another 35% when facing a super class enemy. So again, this is basically going to be guaranteed all the time. Another 35% when performing a super. And then another 3 key and 35% and a medium chance of performing a critical hit when there's one enemy. So Frieza is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 procs of 35% active, essentially, because again, like 90% of the game is super class. You're most likely going to be able to get supers off with this Frieza, because again, Frieza units typically don't like need key. And then when facing one enemy, unless it's Super Battle Road, which I doubt you're going to bring this Frieza in, you're most likely going to be facing one enemy. So yeah, this Frieza's looking very good. Honestly, maybe better than Bardock, just because again, the Frieza's probably going to have things like Big Bad Bosses, Strongest Clan in Space, that also give extra attack and defense at level 10. So I think Frieza just might be better just from like an overall standpoint. Because he has higher defense as well. He has higher defense, but a little less attack. But again, defense, in my opinion, is much better. And then we also have a new wallpaper right here. Frieza, and then of course Bardock with the Bardock squad. So there we are. A new wallpaper as well. And now we're going to take a look at the tons of super attacks. So, oh, Jesus. go all the way back. So this is going to be the exchange active skill for Krillin and Vegeta. Dude, it really sucks that they don't talk. Like, it really sucks. Blast a hole in Vegeta, Dende heals. Again, pretty good animation for a free-to-play unit. And of course it exchanges into Vegeta right there. Alright, so that was Vegeta. Oh, and then this is Zarbon and Dodoria, who we're going to get to in just a moment. I actually forgot about them. Dude, it's finally nice seeing these guys get some representation in the game. Because believe it or not, they have like a lot of attacks that they did, especially Zarbon, because Zarbon fought Vegeta. So, you know, he actually has some animations in the game, like Monster Zarbon as well. So, it's going to be nice to see that they finally like give more representation to like, you know, some of the more hidden units in Dragon Ball. Damn, that was pretty good. I wasn't a fan of Zarbon and Dodoria's animations. That's pretty good for Vegeta. That's actually a pretty nice... That's a pretty nice super attack, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so Krillin does the Destructo Disc. Oh, so it's literally just Krillin. Alright, so yeah, animation-wise, I would say I really like the Krillin and Vegeta's animations. They look really, really good. Alright, so next up is Zarbon and Dodoria. So they lower attack, which instantly makes it really good for them, because that's going to be really beneficial for like Extreme Tech. Say if you haven't beaten Extreme Tech Super Battle Road, just the regular one, this unit should be able to help you with that if you're a free-to-play player. Because again, lowering attack is really helpful when it comes to that. Passive, so they get 70% attack and 70% attack and defense at the start of turn. They get a 10% attack and defense per attack performed to max of 50%. They gain an additional 50% attack and defense if there is a character whose name includes Frieza attacking in the same turn. Space Traveling Warriors category allies 2 key and 20% attack and defense. So, yeah, this Zarbon and Dodoria unit, I think they're good, but just like with Krillin and them, essentially, they are going to easy A. Like, these guys have to easy A, because this is very, very little. Like, this reminds me a lot of Tien and Roshi and 18 and Krillin. Like, there is so much more that they're going to do with these units. I think in Part 3, these guys are going to easy A. I 100% bet it. Because, again, this is decent. But, again, they have free-to-play level stats, so this is not going to be as good as it seems. So, again, I do think these guys are going to easy A, but so far, I like what I'm seeing. Because, again, they're supporting Space Traveling Warriors. They're getting extra attack and defense with the Frieza on the team. But, again, you're probably going to run a Frieza on the Planet Namek Saga team, which is probably where you're going to run these guys. And then Space Traveling Warriors, which I believe they're on. Frieza, the Easy A Frieza, is on there. And you're going to run Easy A Frieza, because Easy A Frieza is an absolute beast. So, yeah, this Zarbon and Dodoria unit's really, really nice. I really like this unit. Alright, and then there's also 2 new support memories, which we can take a look at over here in this website, which I don't use all the time, just because, again, the way that they word things is, like, really, really literal. Like, they translate it literally in, like, Japanese to English, but Goresh, of course, knowing both languages, is able to kind of, like, you know, fix some of the literal translations, because in some languages, they don't have certain words. So again, Goresh is really good at discerning them, but again, this website doesn't really do that. They just take it at face value. Alright, so there's a new one, this Goku right here, and then this Gohan right here. So Goku gives Planet Namek Saga category, Jesus Christ, let me backtrack. So the Goku gives Planet Namek Saga superclass allies 15% attack and defense during battle. So this is actually during the entire fight. So this is not limited to turns. So this is really, really good. Gohan is Goku's family, 10% attack and defense for 2 turns from the start of battle. So Goku's is probably the best for Planet Namek Saga, because it's a guaranteed 15% attack and defense for the whole fight. Gohan's is 10% to Goku family for 2 turns, which is actually still pretty good. Alright, so yeah. This support memory is going to be really, really nice. I really, really like this one. Alright. So again, that essentially is going to do it for everything. Again, we saw the animations, new wallpaper, the cards as well. Jesus, maybe we didn't see the Zarbon and the Dodoria card, but again, that is to be expected. Let me actually check if there's anything new that I missed. No, there isn't. Alright, so yeah, that's actually going to do it. There is some Legend stuff that is going to be covered. I will be doing a video on Legends as well. But again, that is going to be part 2 of the celebration. Already, I can tell it's going to be pretty good. I would assume that there's going to be a part 2 LR that is going to be released, or maybe it's going to be saved for part 3. Again, we'll see. But so far, we have... Oh, yeah, the EZA for Goku. I forgot about that. So let me just quickly go over this guy. Again, he pretty much stays the same just like Frieza did, except he gets 110% attack and defense at the start of turn, 3 key and an additional 10% attack and 40% defense when attacking extreme class enemies, and then reduces damage by 21%. So essentially you just go through each of the transformations and he gets more buffs, you know, as he goes on, while he's raising attack and defense still throughout his transformations. As you guys can see, his stats, you know, steadily increase. He gets more attack and defense when facing extreme class enemies, which again, unfortunately for Goku, there's more super class than extreme class, so you will be seeing like more of Frieza, you know, getting more buffs and all that against super class enemies, and Goku from extreme class. And then of course his damage reduction also builds, which again makes him a really good defensive unit. And then of course you get to Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, which is again his strongest form, where he gets 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. He raises it on Super for 1 turn. He has a 70% chance of stunning, which is not really good, considering that, again, this is like bare minimum turn 6, and you really won't get to turn 6 in Super Battle Road, unless it's probably Extreme Super Battle Road, but even then that's kind of stretching it, because the enemies in Extreme are very squishy. And then of course he gets 3 key, 50% attack when facing extreme class enemies, and then he has 25% guaranteed damage reduction, and then 12 key and performs a guaranteed critical hit once only. So yeah, this guy's really good. Again, I can't wait to test him out. I can't wait to showcase him as well. I actually have this Goku rainbowed. I recently, actually not even recently. I've had this guy rainbowed for a while. Never really bothered to level him up until now, but again, this Goku is really solid. So anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. Again, just to recap, we have an EZA for this Goku, so that's 30 Dragon Stones. New stages for the story events, a new story event as well that has the Krillin and the Vegeta. New stage to the new difficult mode, I forget what it's called, because again, that's how you're going to get the support memory for the Goku and then the Gohan. Of course, the 2 new support memories, the Krillin and the Vegeta, the Awakening for Dodoria, the EZA for Jason Berger. So again, so far, a lot of content is dropping, a lot of stuff to farm up. Part 2 is looking really good. Again, we'll see if they drop a Part 2 LR. They might save it for Part 3, we'll see. But again, I also do expect the free-to-play units to EZA in Part 3, so do keep that in mind. So do rainbow them, is what I would say. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.
The name of this one is Rosé. Oh, this is the power of legendary Super Saiyan Goku. Now I understand.